We all know the stereotype of the starving artist. It is built on a pervasive cultural belief that the arts and humanities are a financial black hole, a charity case we fund for the greater good of society, rather than an engine for actual economic growth. This data reveals a starkly different reality. In 2023, these industries generated exactly $1.17 trillion, making up 4.2% of the national GDP. On a trend line, the arts sector expanded by 6.6%, completely outpacing the broader economy's 2.9% growth. How does an industry associated with struggling creatives and local theater generate over $1 trillion? To understand those numbers, we have to look past the art itself and examine the massive economic architecture operating underneath it. The first pillar of this architecture relies on the halo effect of cultural heritage. Data from the European Alliance for Social Sciences and Humanities shows that cultural tourists who stay overnight spend 35% more than the average traveler. They act as lucrative economic drivers for the regions they visit. Austria leveraged this dynamic through its Mozart strategy. By leaning into historical branding, Salzburg draws billions in value from visitors seeking a classical European experience. The scale is immense. 15% of Austria's national economy is tied directly to these tourist-related activities, supporting the urban infrastructure of cities like Vienna. This reliance on heritage turns cultural centers into structural revenue generators, pulling global capital into urban cores with the force of an economic gravity well. The second pillar is knowledge spillovers. In the UK, creative industries generate £124 billion, directly fueling and accelerating innovation in surrounding technological sectors. Take the tech company Xcurio. They generated €50 million in ticket sales from a virtual reality exhibition hosted at the Musée d'Orsay in Paris. The exhibition offered an immersive dive into Impressionist paintings. It proved how classical art assets can be leveraged to monetize emerging technology platforms. Governments are backing these spillovers with significant capital. Innovate UK recently invested €7.5 million into the Museums in the Metaverse project. By generating immediate commercial demand, these creative projects provide the high-value use cases that help drive the consumer adoption of VR and the metaverse. The final piece of this economic engine is the workforce itself. Data from the American Academy of Arts and Sciences clarifies the realities of the humanities graduate, moving past anecdotal myths about underemployment. This chart displays the unemployment rate for bachelor's degree holders. Only 5.2% of humanities majors are unemployed. Compared to the 7.1% unemployment rate for Americans who only completed high school, the data shows a clear statistical advantage. Looking at where this workforce actually goes, 61% of these employed graduates secure roles in management, professional, and related occupations. This group also holds high earning potential. Humanities majors who obtain an advanced degree experience a 36% earnings boost, pulling in a median salary of $87,000 a year. Humanities graduates operate as the adaptable managers, broadcasters, and analysts, functioning as the operational backbone of this trillion-dollar sector. The urbanist Richard Florida describes the ludic aspects of cities, the idea that cultural magnetism is a primary reason people visit, invent, and spend money in a specific location. That $1.17 trillion figure from the BEA is the mathematical result of nations strategically leaning into this exact magnetism. The trillion-dollar data suggests that the arts and humanities act as a hard power economic driver, demanding the same strategic focus as traditional manufacturing or technology. Investments in culture preserve history while providing the necessary capital for future innovation, tourism, and professional workforce development.